If I told you that right now, there may be versions of you making completely different choices, would you believe it? A version of you who never clicked this video, a version who chose a different path, said a different word, turned left instead of right, and changed everything. According to quantum physics, these versions may not be imaginary. They may be real, existing in parallel universes at this very moment. This idea feels unsettling because it attacks one of our deepest assumptions, that reality is single, unique, and fixed. We grow up believing there is one universe, one timeline, one version of events. But when scientists began exploring the quantum world, the realm of the very small, they discovered something extraordinary. At the most fundamental level, reality does not behave like a single, solid story. It behaves like a cloud of possibilities. Quantum physics studies particles such as electrons and photons, the smallest known building blocks of the universe. Unlike everyday objects, these particles do not have definite positions, paths, or states until they are measured. Instead, they exist in a state called superposition, meaning they exist in many possible states at the same time. This isn't speculation. It has been confirmed through experiments repeated countless times. The most famous of these is the double-slit experiment. When scientists fire particles toward a barrier with two narrow slits and do not observe which slit the particle goes through, the particles behave like waves. They pass through both slits at once and create an interference pattern on a screen behind the barrier. This pattern can only exist if each particle takes multiple paths simultaneously. But the moment scientists place a detector to observe which slit the particle passes through, everything changes. The interference pattern disappears. The particle behaves like a tiny solid object, choosing one path only. Observation changes reality. For decades, physicists struggled to explain what this meant. Why should simply observing something change how it behaves? Does reality wait for us to look at it before deciding what it is? One traditional explanation says that observation causes the wave function, the mathematical description of all possible states, to collapse into a single outcome. But this explanation raises a disturbing question. What exactly causes the collapse? A measuring device? An interaction? A conscious mind? In the 1950 seconds, physicist Hugh Everett proposed a radically different idea. He suggested that the wave function never collapses at all. Instead, every possible outcome happens, but in different branches of reality. This idea became known as the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. According to this interpretation, when a quantum event occurs, the universe does not choose one outcome. Reality splits. In one branch, one outcome happens. In another branch, a different outcome happens. Both are real, both continue to exist independently. This means the universe is constantly branching, creating an ever-growing number of parallel realities. The famous thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat becomes very different under this view. Instead of a cat being both alive and dead until observed, the universe splits. In one universe, the cat is alive. In another, the cat is dead. There is no paradox, only multiple realities. If this interpretation is correct, the implications are staggering. It means that every random quantum event contributes to the creation of new universes. And because quantum events happen constantly, reality may be splitting unimaginably fast. This doesn't only apply to particles in laboratories. Quantum effects exist everywhere, even if we don't notice them. At the deepest level, everything, including you, is built from quantum processes. That leads to a shocking conclusion. There may be countless versions of you, versions who made different choices, versions whose lives unfolded in completely different ways, versions who never existed in this branch of reality, but exist somewhere else. Every missed opportunity, every decision you didn't make, every path you didn't take. According to the quantum multiverse, they all happen. This raises uncomfortable questions. If all outcomes occur, what does choice mean? Do we really have free will? Or are we just experiencing one branch of an inevitable cosmic tree? Some physicists argue that free will still exists within each branch. You experience making decisions. You feel responsibility. Even if other versions of you made different choices, that does not erase your experience of choosing. Others argue that free will becomes more complex, not an illusion, but not absolute either. Identity becomes equally strange. If there are countless versions of you, what makes you, you? Is it your memories, your consciousness, or simply the branch of reality you happen to experience? Quantum physics does not answer these questions directly. It simply forces us to confront them. The quantum multiverse also offers a possible explanation for one of the biggest mysteries in science: why the universe appears perfectly tuned for life. The laws of physics depend on certain constants numbers that determine how strong gravity is, how atoms form, how stars burn. If these numbers were slightly different, life as we know it would be impossible. This fine-tuning has puzzled scientists for decades. The multiverse provides one possible answer. If there are infinitely many universes with different physical laws, then naturally, some will have the right conditions for life. We find ourselves in one of those universes simply because we couldn't exist anywhere else. This idea doesn't require purpose or design, only probability across infinite realities. Critics of the multiverse argue that it is unscientific because we cannot observe other universes. If something cannot be tested, can it truly belong to science? Supporters respond that the multiverse is not invented to explain mysteries arbitrarily. It emerges naturally from the mathematics of quantum mechanics. If we take the equations seriously, the multiverse may be unavoidable. Quantum mechanics already tells us that all possibilities exist mathematically. The many worlds interpretation simply says they exist physically as well. Another challenge is understanding why we don't experience these other universes. Why does reality feel single and continuous? The answer may lie in a process called decoherence. When quantum systems interact with their environment, their different possible states become separated and unable to interfere with each other. Each branch of reality becomes isolated. From inside one branch, everything feels stable, classical, and unique. We never feel the split because we are part of it. The multiverse is not about traveling between universes or meeting other versions of yourself. These realities do not communicate. Once branches separate, they evolve independently. Still, knowing they might exist changes how we think about existence. Reality becomes larger, stranger, and more mysterious than anything we experience directly. The quantum multiverse is not the only multiverse idea in physics. Cosmology suggests that during the early expansion of the universe, different regions of space may have formed separate universes with different laws. String theory predicts an enormous number of possible universes based on different configurations of hidden dimensions. All these ideas point toward the same unsettling possibility. Reality is far bigger than we can ever observe. Whether the quantum multiverse is ultimately proven or not, it already forces us to rethink what reality means. The universe may not be a single story with one outcome. It may be a vast collection of stories, all unfolding at once. Right now, as you watch this, there may be versions of this moment playing out differently elsewhere. Versions where one word changed, one action differed, one outcome diverged. We will likely never see those other realities, but they challenge us to see our own reality differently. Our universe becomes special not because it is the only one, but because it is the one we experience. Quantum physics has already shown us that reality is not what it seems. The multiverse takes that lesson to its extreme. Reality may not be a single path. It may be every path. And we are living inside just one branch of an infinite cosmic structure, unfolding forever, right now.